A lot of news to get to here on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lora Lavigne.
And I'm Chris Lavigne in for Ken Smith. So we have a look at some of the conditions and we'll run you through them here this morning.
Yes, right now we're taking a look at Rodanthe. The storm is moving away from our state, 210 miles from Cape Hatteras. Rip currents and flooding are the biggest concerns for the Outer Banks this morning. Today, we expect the storm to grow as it moves out. People on the Outer Banks are seeing some of the worst impacts this morning. WRAL's Sean Gallagher is live at Nags Head this morning. Sean, what are the conditions like right now? I see it's pretty breezy out there. Sean, thank you. And we are getting a first look at flooding this morning on our coast. This is video from a WRAL viewer, Donnie Bowers in Buxton. Now, that's on Hatteras Island on the Outer Banks. These photos show water breaching lines of sandbags. You can see items floating in the water as waves crash onto homes along the beach. You can count on WRAL for team coverage of Hurricane Erin and its impacts. Our meteorologists are tracking every movement of this storm. Beaches along the coast are shut down in anticipation of Erin's lingering impacts. As you can see here in Onslow County, rip currents and beach erosion are a major concern for a vulnerable stretch of oceanfront. Waves were hammering the dunes at North Topsail Beach yesterday. Town leaders say that they're doing their part to monitor the situation. That includes monitoring equipment and the shorelines and issuing warnings and shutting down parts of the beach. Well, teams from Wake County are preparing to respond for any emergencies that may arise on the coast. These are new pictures of Wake Forest and Knightdale's swift water rescue teams. They're working on equipment at a staging area in Plymouth. Now, their main focus has been on ensuring everything works and getting familiar with the area until rescues are needed. So let's get straight over to Grant right now with an update on the latest track of Erin and what we're seeing. I mean, crews out there really already seeing some of those lingering impacts from the storm.
That's right, tracking Erin very closely.
Grant, thank you. The time now is 9:16. All eyes watching. The stakes are high as world financial leaders meet today. What they say could ripple through your wallet.
And just a reminder, if you see breaking news, maybe you have a story tip or video or pictures of severe weather where you are, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, your pictures, and your tips to our news team.
We thank you for watching WRAL News, available on Hulu and the WRAL app on your TV or streaming device. Some people on the Outer Banks stayed as Hurricane Erin passed by, and they're now seeing the aftermath this morning.
In fact, WRAL's Ali Kadlabar joins us live. Ali, you actually spoke with someone who stayed in Nags Head who experienced the strong winds from the storm.
A sinkhole shut down a part of Newton Grove Highway in Sampson County. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker from around 10 last night. Crews were making repairs near the intersection at Wright Branch Road, just out of Spivey's Corner. We're still trying to find out how long it will take before the road is fixed. Some of the most powerful people in global economics are gathering in the U.S. today. Central bankers are attending a major economic event in Wyoming. Among them are Federal Reserve leaders. Amy Kiley reports their meeting comes at a tense time for the U.S. Fed. And former St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank President James Bullard says that he's in the running to replace Powell, whose term ends next year. Well, if you've been thinking about adopting, today's a perfect day to visit your local shelter. Friendly staff, meet and greets, and lots of wagging tails are waiting for you. Wake County Animal Center is one of the participating shelters. And here's the best part. They're waiving adoption fees now through August 31st. Give a furry friend a fresh start. To learn more and locate a shelter near you, you can head over to WRAL.com/shelters. The Carolina Panthers have their third and final preseason game at home tonight. You can watch that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers right here on WRAL at 7 p.m.
Time is 9:25. Close eye on the coast. You're looking live right now at Wrightsville Beach as we're monitoring the lingering effects of Erin as it slowly moves away.
Plus, meal deal alert. McDonald's is slashing prices when it starts and how much you could save.
Strong Category 2 Hurricane Erin moving away from the coastline, but still bringing impacts to the North Carolina coastline. I'll break down what impacts we're seeing coming out of it.
You're looking live at Wrightsville Beach right now, experiencing erosion as Erin pulls away from our state. We're keeping an eye on conditions up and down our coastline.
Certainly a lot that we are tracking with Hurricane Erin, which we know is moving outward.
Yes, that's the good news.
That is the update we want to see this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Lavigne.
And I'm Lora Lavigne. Here's a live look now at conditions on Cape Hatteras. Right now, the storm is moving away from our state, 210 miles from Hatteras. Rip currents and flooding are the biggest concerns for the Outer Banks this morning. Today, we expect the storm to grow as it moves out.
And we know that we have team coverage very closely watching this as we follow the storm and conditions on the coast from here in the WREO Severe Weather Center as well as the Live Center. But we want to begin with meteorologist Grant Skinner with the newest forecast.
Sean, thank you. Some pretty compelling video and pictures there. Well, you can count on WREL for team coverage of Hurricane Erin as it turns in the Atlantic. Our team of meteorologists is tracking every movement of this storm. And WREL Sean Gallagher, Eric Miller, and Heidi Kirk are at the coast. They'll bring us live reports throughout the day. And the interactive Hurricane Tracker on the WREL weather app allows you to see a storm's past, present, and future. You can watch that to see where the worst is likely to hit so you can stay safe. Live on your side, monitoring today's business headlines. United and Delta Airlines face lawsuits over window seats. Plus, McDonald's slashing combo meal prices. And Maribel Aber is at the NASDAQ market site in New York with these stories and a look at stocks. Good morning, Maribel. The time now, 9:38. Coastline concerns. Kitty Hawk's Mayor Craig Garris joins us live to share what he's seeing as conditions change.
And while we're talking about conditions, here's a live look we have of Carolina Beach this morning. Meteorologist Grant Skinner will explain when conditions at the coast could improve today. Mayor Craig Garris from Kitty Hawk, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Really good news for Kitty Hawk there. Well, as we track this hurricane, North Carolina is still struggling to pay the bills from the last major storm. The state is waiting for more than $200 million in FEMA reimbursements for Hurricane Helene. $83 million was released yesterday, but the majority of it is still delayed. Governor Josh Stein says that the delay in FEMA funding has been a strain on state and local governments. He says they have the resources they need to respond to Hurricane Erin, but the state may need more help with recovery.
We'll continue to work with our federal partners to make sure that the reimbursements are processed as quickly as possible. And then we'll have to wait and see what the impacts are for Hurricane Erin to see whether we need federal assistance as it relates to this storm.
And Stein says FEMA teams are already on the ground in eastern North Carolina, working closely with state emergency responders.
Comfortable for the middle of next week.
Yes, we are looking forward to the cooler air. Grant, thank you. River rescue. Strangers jump to help a mother and her baby. We'll show you the dramatic moment caught on camera.
And we do have a look at the teen's giant catch. A 13-year-old's fishing trip turned into a fight with a 63-pound beast. How it could land him in the world record books. All right, thank you, Destiny. Good Samaritans jumped into action to save a mother and her baby after their car drove into a river.
This incident was caught on camera in Wisconsin. Police say the vehicle was attempting to park when it drove through. Immediately, the mother began to free her baby from the sinking car. Quickly after, a pedestrian came to the rescue. And then came two more, all working together to bring the mother and child to safety.
Really, when the car drove under the fence just kind of collapsed back down. You can see where the fence cap was just knocked loose. Car went right underneath it, didn't even damage the poles in the concrete foundation.
Now, the car was removed yesterday morning, but in terms of how that managed to get into the water, that's still being investigated, but good on those Good Samaritans.
Absolutely. Well, listen to this. The cast of Dawson's Creek is taking us back to the beginning for charity. James Vanderbeek, Katie Holmes, and others will be doing a live script reading of the pilot episode of the hit series.
Deputies in California stumbled upon a furry suspect when responding to a break-in over the weekend. What you're seeing here is a picture of a bear just chilling, hanging out behind a counter there at Lake Tahoe ice cream shop. Pretty normal. Deputies said the strawberry appeared to be his favorite flavor, though you'd think honey would be. The bear left with not too much damage, but still, I don't know, kind of freaked me out if I were to see a bear just hanging out.
I don't know. I'd be excited and a little bit scared.
You'd be excited?
Yes. These things don't happen to me when I'm around.
Let me just stand over here. A 13-year-old in California could be a world record holder.
I love this. Julian's family thought that he was being dramatic when they saw him struggling to reel in his catch. And this is the moment they laid eyes on the white sea bass coming to the surface.
Oh my God!
It was pretty amazing, like right there.
Okay, I thought he was also being dramatic because sometimes kids do that.
Kids.
Yeah. Well, the fish was almost as big as him, and they are still waiting to see if Julian's catch meets the criteria to hold the new juvenile world record. Looks like the last record for this fish was in 2002 at 59 pounds.
That's pretty awesome. Julian needs to add that to his resume.
His resume, right? All right, the battle to become the TSA's top dog is down to a pair of Labrador retrievers.
Listen to this. Alex helps keep staff and travelers safe at Denver International Airport. And Steeler, well, as his name hints, is a canine from Pittsburgh International.
Hey.
The agency says of the two, Alex is the healthier eater. He likes green beans. And Steeler, meanwhile, prefers some jumbo hot dogs. Voting is underway on the TSA's website. The dog with the most tallies will land on the cover of the agency's 2026 Canine calendar. The winner will be announced next Tuesday, which is National Dog Day.
Pittsburgh's already got my vote. Love that city. All right, count on WREL for team coverage of Hurricane Erin and its impact throughout the day. Our meteorologists will be tracking every movement of this storm, and we will have crews up and down the coast.
Absolutely. We're going to have coverage throughout the day, so be sure to tune in and stay with us on WREL News.
Hope you have a great day today. Stay safe.